Happy New Year. Happy Wednesday. Happy 2024. Welcome to my live. And if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. If you are looking for easy to clean, easy to use, inexpensive DIY products and projects, you are in the right place. So once you hop on the live or the replay, say hi in the comments and tell me where you are watching from. I am in Central Kansas and doing just dandy. We actually had a white Christmas for once in a long time. I hope you all had great holidays. I do want to let you know that I'm live in 3 locations this evening. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your feed, that person may be viewing and commenting from a different platform. Also, if you are watching from my private Facebook group, there is a permission link in the description of the video. Clicking that link just allows StreamYard permission to pin your profile name and pic to your comment. You can choose not to click the link. That is your prerogative. Just know that your comment will show up as Facebook user in my comments. I may not know who I'm speaking with, but I will certainly say hi. I will answer any questions, and we will still chit chat. And if at any time during this live or the replay you like the project, feel free to give a thumbs up or hit that heart button. And as always, tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. So with that, let's go to the comments. I see that Jason is watching, excuse me, from the other side of the door. He says, Happy New Year. And again, as you hop on, say hi in the comments and tell me where you are watching from. So let's go ahead and get this project started. So I'm going to flip the camera. And let's go ahead and do it this way. Oops, not that way. That way. And we will do it this way. Hello, Miss Margie. Happy New Year to you as well. So now that we are done with the holidays, Christmas and New Year's, we are going to jump into Valentine's Day and use some of the newest Valentine's Day transfers. So this one happens to be called Perfect Match. So it's a B-size transfer, so it has quite a few designs on it. This one is You Are So Loved, Kissing Booth, 25 cents, True Love, I'm Your Valentine's Day Gift, You're Welcome. There are some hearts, Kiss Like You Mean It, Kissing Lips, and You Are My Perfect Match. So it's a cute little matchbook. These would make cute little cards and sentiments. These would work great for the 3x3 box frames if you have any. They would also look cute on the chockable chips, which gives me another idea. But I think we are going to use the You Are So Loved. And I happened to raid my stash, and I found these. Let's see how wide they are. They're about an 8-inch wide circle. I had a friend cut these a while back, so they've just been in my stash. I happen to have 2. So we're going to use one of them, and I think it'll look perfect inside of the frame. So I, again, dug through my stash, and I found some, I don't know if it's a thick canvas. I don't think it's duck cloth, but it's a lot like denim. But it's kind of a cream color. So we're going to use that, and we'll put a little banner across the hoop. And then I found these yummy kind of boho, sort of Valentine's Day colored macrame cords at Hobby Lobby. And so we're going to be adding some faux macrame down at the bottom. So I have this in natural, and it is 3 millimeters. This one it's more of a rust color, but I'm going to pretend it's kind of a bohemian red. It's called Brick. And then this one is called Muted Clay, and it's kind of a blush pink color. So I think it's kind of pretty. So I think I'm going to start by painting my wreath. You could paint it any color that you want to. I thought about just leaving it, but it does have some scorch marks from being cut on the laser. So we're just going to even those out a little bit. Oops. I'm going to put on a glove. Should probably put on 2. So how was everyone's Christmas and or New Year? We had a great time hanging out with family. We are ready to stay home. I think we traveled 3 of the 5 weekends in December, and we are ready to stay home. What do I need? This is not opening. So I'm trying to find a box knife so I can, or even something to get in there to pry that off. So we are ready to stay home. Even our doggies are like, please stay home. We're tired of going to the kennel. Okay, so this is just the Waverly antique wax, but I like to kind of use it as a faux stain. So I'm just going to wipe it across the front. A little bit carried away there. And this won't take very long to dry because we're actually going to wipe most of it off. Try to let some of that seep in. Get this little last bit, and then we'll wipe the rest of it off. That there. Okay, so I'm just going to come in here with a paper towel and wipe off the excess. It'll give it a nice little, kind of just a little glaze. And then we'll let that dry while we're working on our canvas piece. Okay. I'm glad I have 2 because I can use, I think that's pretty much the same size. We can use this one as our guide for sizing our fabric. So I think I'm just gonna, let's see what we got going in here. I can cut a small piece of it off. And I'm literally just gonna tear it. I can get to my scissors. So I'm just gonna, I cut a little tiny piece here. Sorry if that's loud. I'm just gonna rip a little piece off. That way I don't have to deal with that. Okay, so if you are new here, this is a silkscreen reusable transfer stencil from Couture. In the past, we always called them transfers, but I've noticed that they've added the word transfer stencil onto their descriptions. This is reusable about 8 to 12 times, depending on how well you take care of it. So I want to make sure I note the back side. So I'm just going to write the transfer name on the back. That way, these pins don't work very well. When I'm done with it, I know that this is the front side and I need to return the transfer to this side of the backer sheet. You'll also notice that it has suggested cut lines. You can cut your transfer backer and all into a billion pieces, but I like to keep my backer sheet intact, and I just cut apart the actual designs. So I'm going to lift up my piece of transfer. I'm going to put my transfer trimmers under there, and I'm just going to score down that line. Same way with this side. And it doesn't have to be exact. So I'm going to go ahead and cut most of it apart while I'm here. So again, I'm just getting underneath it. And I am now good to go. So next I want to try to match my colors, and that's going to be a little bit more difficult, unless I could just go with black. I don't know what that would look like. So let's just kind of lay that down, although it's not the right color. I'm going to turn around here and look at some of my colors. I have kind of froze up there for a minute. There. So I have Sunset Drive. I don't really want to have to mix colors. But I may have to. I could try to mix. Actually, I have that color. I'm just thinking it would be easiest to do black. Do you think that would look bad if all of the lettering was black? I think that's probably going to be the most neutral. Okay, so I'm going to I need a pencil. Oh, stretch. And I need my scissors now. I'm just going to kind of trace around this edge. And then I'm going to cut on the inside of it about maybe a 1/4 of an inch. There was my line, and so I'm just cutting in a 1/4 of an inch. That way this doesn't go clear to the edge of my wreath. When I tore it, it kind of bubbled up my fabric a little bit. And then probably should get an ink mat. Just making sure I'm going to be able to pull it taut. Okay, so I'm going to get an ink mat. Forgot to grab that, maybe. Let's see what I have going on here. I think I might be able to use this. This is a small little piece. Try to get it straight. Okay. And normally I would fuzz this, but because I'm doing it on fabric, I want as much sticky as I can get. And I may actually thin this out a little bit. I may actually make it thinner. I'm just going to trim a portion of it off. Oops. Of course, it's going to be totally cattywampus. See how that works. I wish I need to fray it a little bit. See if I can get a few of those fibers out to make it look like I tore it. Put that on the bottom. Okay, so let's put this down. Okay. So I'm going to burnish it really well. Let's get this stuff out of our way. So let's bring in, I'm going to paste this. You could use ink, but because it's just going to be a wall hanging and most likely won't get dirty and need laundered, I'm just going to use paste. So this is a black velvet paste, and I'm just going to use the squeegee. Although, I'm kind of wondering if I should just do loved in black and do the You Are So and the heart in decisions. Let's just do the whole thing in black. It'll just be easier, and it'll definitely show up. Okay. Let's see how we did. Oops. I'm going to pull it off slowly. Oh, that's pretty. So I'm just going to stick that back on there, and then after the live, I will run some water over that and give it a good cleaning. Okay, so let's get that dry. Just need to get my quick dry tool out. If that's dry. I forgot it wasn't ink, so it's going to dry quicker. Let's pull it off this little mat. Okay. It's not totally dry, but it's pretty close. Oops. Gonna have to trim some more off of it, off of these corners. Okay, so here's our little piece of canvas. I need to figure out how to get it so that it's, I'm going to put it up more in the top thirds so that I can leave a lot of room for some of my macrame. So I'm going to get a few clips out if I can find them. I'll figure out what I did with them. Nope, not them. Yeah. Okay, we'll use something else. I was trying to find my little wonder clips because I'll probably need to clip it. I think I like it right there. I'm still going to trim a little bit more off of these edges. I just don't want them sticking out over the edge of my wreath. Okay. Let's stick that down about there. Okay, so I've got to figure out, I guess I could use these. Since they're just laying there. I got to make sure I get this bottom portion taut. So I'm going to clip here and here for now. And then we're going to glue. Well, that's not going to be tight enough. It's going to look kind of silly at first. So I'm going to try to some of this 3-in-1 glue. I probably should staple it, but I'm afraid my staples will pull through. I think this will work. I need to make sure I get this edge taut. Oops, I'm just gonna, I think that side will work. Wished I had a big binder clip. Which I normally have all sorts of crap laying around. Okay, we'll make this work. So I'm going to pull this side tight. I definitely want to make sure I get this tight. And now it's, I think I pulled it too far this way. There, that's better. So now I got to figure out I'm just looking over at my craft desk with what I have. Let's see if this will work. Okay. So now let's get this side glued, and then we'll get to move on to the fun stuff. So I'm going to hold this tight on the left side. So I really want to make sure I get this bottom portion tight so it doesn't pucker. I'm just pulling it tight, kind of out and down. Let's see if I can get this side before it totally dries. I probably could have hot glued it, but I'm just not a big hot glue fan for stuff like this. I think that'll work. So that's what we have. It's a little puckered there, but I think all of our macrame will hide that. Let's hope. Cross fingers. Okay, put that away. I will be stealing my scissors. So we went from this little 8-inch wreath to this little 8-inch wreath by painting with some antique Waverly wax. And I did that just because there are some scorch marks along this wreath. This was just a wreath I had in my stash. And then I took the You Are So Loved transfer from the Perfect Match transfer. And that's how we got this. And I tore a piece of canvas from this big old hunk that I have over here. So this is what we have up to this point. I think that'll work. It could probably be a little tighter. So while that's drying, let's start cutting our macrame cording pieces. And I don't know. I don't even see a tape measure. My craft desk is a disaster and a half. Let's just see how long I want these. I'm just holding it up to my cutting mat, which that's, so if I made them like 28 wide-ish. So again, this is 3mm macrame cord from Hobby Lobby. It's in the yarn section. It's not where the rest of the macrame is. And I've got natural, brick, and muted clay. So we're kind of going for a kind of a boho Valentine color. Hello, Miss Ashley. So let's get these. She says hello again. I got my nails done today. Miss Ashley does a great job. So I don't know. Let's see if we can get this cut. So I'm going to double this for one strand-ish. So that'll be one. And I'm not going to do the whole thing on camera because you don't need to be watching all of that. But you'll get the gist of it. How many do I have here? 2, 6. So let's start with 6. Ashley says thank you, and that I picked out fun nails to do. Okay, Okay, there's our brick colors. And let's do this muted clay color. Oops, there's the end. Okay, so let's hold it up to one of these. So I just kind of fold it over, and that's how I get my approximate strands. I can get that one out of there. So now I have 4, oops, sorry, 5 and 6. And then I just cut those apart where the loops are. So there's our muted clay. So we'll bring in our natural. There's 4. 5, 6. Okay. I think we're dry, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm still going to leave these clothespins on here. Now I just have to figure out what color combination I want to use. I could do. So I think we'll do 2 strands of each color together. So I'm folding my strand in half. I'm going to put the loop toward the back. So I have my loop around the back. I'm going to put my tails through the loop, and I'm going to pull it that way. Yep. So I'm going to grab another one. I believe this is called a lark's head knot in macrame land. So again, I'm folding my strip in half. I'm putting the loop toward the back. I'm going to pull it around to the front, and then I'm going to put my tails through, and I'm going to pull it tight, as tight, tight-ish. So then let's come in with our blush, our muted clay, kind of our blush pink. So again, fold it in half, put your loop toward the back, and pull your tails through. And then that's kind of what your knot looks like. So then let's move on to this brick color. So then we'll come back to this natural color. So there we go. So far, so good. We'll come back to our blush pink or our muted brick. And then we'll come back to this dark color. Oops. Oh, there it is. So I didn't cut enough of that one. Oops. I didn't cut enough of this one either. Okay, so let's. I'm going to have to cut another one of these. We might be able to get away with one more set. I'm going to cut 2 of these just so I have an extra in case I have to do more strands. So one of these pink ones will be extra. Okay, so let's come back to our natural. And you could actually, at this point, I think actually instead of doing that, I think I'm gonna reverse it, and so then we'll do brick, just mainly because I'm a symmetrical person. So if I have the natural over here, I want the natural over here. So we're going to turn around, and I think I'm going to do another set of brick. We'll just go back that way. So I may have to move some of these up. So I probably will have to cut some more. Oops. So let's come back to the brick. But I wouldn't have to cut too many. The nice thing about these little wreaths is they don't take much. Good thing I cut an extra. That might look weird in the middle. Okay, so we'll move back to our muted brick. Is that what it's called? Our blush pink. Okay. We'll do some natural. I think I can get by with scooching these a little. Oops, went the wrong way. Get some of these tight. Okay, so I'm going to have to cut a few more strands of each. Hello, Miss Bonita. How are you? Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Okay. So now let's come back to I think I just need to do one more set of each. So it's a good thing I cut extra of this pink. So here is our brick color. Oops, sorry. Which I'm kind of pretending is a kind of a boho red. Shoot! Goodness gracious, excuse me. Bonita says Happy New Year to Jason and I. Oops. Okay, so I'm taking it to the back, put my tails through, pull it tight. These I didn't get very tight. Ashley says, bless you, thank you. Jason said, bless me. Okay. Okay, let's cut two more. I know I already have one pink, but I'm going to leave this as my example in case I do another wreath. That way I know how long it is. So I'm going to cut two of this muted clay color. And again, these are 3mm macrame cords from cording from Hobby Lobby. It is in the yarn section. Don't ask me how many trips back and forth from the crafting macrame section to the yarn macrame section I made trying to find these. And they're on the same side as the embroidery floss. And then we just need to do two more of the natural. I think we will be good. It didn't take too long. And then I'll add a little hanger at the top. These little wreaths were in my stash. They're just little laser cut 8-inch wreaths. I did paint this one with some antique wax to give it a little darker hue and to kind of cover up some of the scorch marks. Maybe one of these days I'll actually get some of those cut on my X tool. If I ever get that thing fired up. That's on my list of things to do after I clean my craft room. Is anybody else's craft space a disaster? Ugh, it's awful. It is awful. Okay, I think that's pretty close to even Steven. Let's see if our glue is pretty dry. So I just glued it to the back side, just a piece of canvas. That's super cute. Okay, so let's grab a hunk of all three of these, and we'll use it as our hanger. I think could also just use a Ashley does glitter pins, so she says she has glitter everywhere. Bonita says hers is a mess, almost depressing to go in. Yeah, I just have a little path around all of my tables. My desk literally has just what you see. Everything else is just piled up. It's just, yeah, it's horrid. So I just kind of guesstimated on the length that I would need. And I think I want that to go the other direction. So I'm going to take it to the back. It's still not the direction I wanted to go. So I'm going to take it this way. I just wanted to be able to see all those ribbons. Sorry, I probably wasn't even in frame. And so then I'm going to split these sections, and then we're just going to tie a knot up here. Maybe. Oh. It did not work the way I wanted it to. Tight. And I'm just going to kind of cut these. That didn't work out right. I got a crazy one. Oh well, it'll work. Okay, so that's our cute little, you can probably use a little something, maybe a little floral cluster there, I don't know. Or something at the, maybe a little tag at the top. Or maybe a little tag hanging off down here. I don't know, what do y'all think? Still think it turned out super cute. Easy peasy. Quick and easy. Okie doke, let's go here. We'll just hang it up kind of, you are loved. It does need a little something, but I don't know. Ashley says very cute. I like the flower or tag idea. I could put a little tag hanging off down here. I kind of like maybe something up here, but it'd have to be little. I'll have to think. Otherwise, it's super cute. I love the colors of the macrame cord. I think it turned out cute. Okay, there's a few things that I want to go over with you. I don't know all of the specials for the month. It's Creative Kickstart month, so there will be things coming out for that, but I don't think they've announced them yet. I know there's going to be a Launch Love Live, and so they may, there'll be a Launch Love Live for designers on Monday the 8th, and then I think the Creative Kickstart's launched the 9th, and then there's a new product being launched on January 20th. So save your Christmas money if you haven't spent it already. But there is one thing that I want to share with you, and it's the color of the month, and it's not a paste color this month. This month it is 2 light changing ink singles, and so there's a quick little video that I want to show you, so hang with me a little bit because I want you to see these. I think they're called I don't know what they're called, but here's a quick little video. Let me make sure you can see it. Yep. So let's play. So it's Vicious Ink Palette Pack. It's the January 2024 color of the month. You get a blue and you get a yellow, but watch the cool thing that they're kind of a color shifting ink. Pretty cool, huh? Those are really cool. I think they're going to sell out pretty quick. But you can unlock the ability to purchase. I believe you get, I don't know if you get 2 of each. I would assume you get 2 of each, but I'm not for sure. But you can unlock the exclusive color changing inks with a $75 purchase. But I have a feeling these will go quick. So get your orders in fast if you want to take advantage of the color changing ink. But that's pretty darn cool. Jason says, well, isn't that just freaking cool? Ashley says, what does the cord material feel like? It's a cotton material. It's not a stretchy acrylic. It's cotton thread. And it frays really easily. In fact, if I had a fine tooth comb down here, which I don't, you can totally fray the ends of this really well. And part of macrame is taking a fine tooth comb and fringing a lot of that out. Yeah, that's it. That's what I have. That's all I know. It's not much. Just going through my graphics to see what else I have. I think that's about it. Just the color changing inks. Those are pretty dang cool. I'll have to get my hands on some. So, let's do the drawing before I forget that too, because I always manage to forget that. So let's share my screen again. Share with that. Make sure you guys can see that. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to come back here. So these are the 4 people that participated in the check-in post this morning, and my apologies for being very hit or miss on this during the last month. As much as I try to keep December from being busy, it's just busy. And trying to recover from being out of town 3 weekends out of 5 was a lot. So my apologies, but I'm going to confirm these 4. And then we're going to start. So let's see who the winner is. Cheryl is the winner. Congratulations, Cheryl. You are tonight's gift away winner for participating in the check-in post this morning. So we'll go ahead and stop that. Okie doke. I plan to be live a couple more times before the end of the week. I have the new, I don't even have the graphics for the new Club Couture kit, but I can show you what it is. I still don't even know what colors comes with it. But maybe I can peek real quick. Club Couture. Let's peek. Can't see that. It looks like cadet, camel, and eucalyptus. So kind of a navy, the camel, the light brown color, and the eucalyptus. That's the colors. So here is the good old days. And then this is the coordinating shape. So it matches this shape, this square, oval topped square. It's kind of cute. So we'll see what we can do with that. So I will be working on with that next week, but I hope to be live again a couple times before the end of the weekend. So we'll see. So be looking on my page for those details. I hope you all had a great holiday season. I hope you are excited for 2024. I know I am. It's always exciting to start a new year. So thanks so much for hanging out with me this evening. I hope you have a great rest of your week. If you're in my area, let's hope and pray we don't get a lot of snow. But if we do, stay safe and stay warm. So with that, I will hop off. Excuse me, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.